This audio presentation of You Are God is broadcast to you courtesy of MindworthyInfo.com and is presented to you by yours truly, Rasheeal Dixon. The purpose of You Are God is to break down the Bible and to show you that the Bible is nothing more than allegory, and it isn't meant to be taken literally. But throughout the ages, men has been taking the Bible literally, and by doing this, they have diminished the true mystical fact that lies within the Bible. You Are God is here to break down the Bible piece by piece and to show you that all the characters, places, and events are nothing more than different states of man's consciousness personified as characters, places, and events. Brothers and sisters, I thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to You Are God, hosted by Rasheeal Dixon. Please do us a favor and come on over to MindworthyInfo.com and subscribe to the newsletter. And while you're there, come on over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel called Mystical Thinking with Rasheeal Dixon. Brothers and sisters, family, I'm so happy to have you with me today, and your time is precious, and I am very appreciative that you would spend your time with me. Now, today we're going to talk about something simple: form and thought. The form is what shapes the thought, and to form the thought that shapes the reality that's around us is a very important thing. You know, things will happen in situations that will occur in our lives. We get caught up in situations where we wonder what happened when previously we formed the thought, and now it's just hardening and it's starting to materialize and show up in our lives as situations, conditions, people, events, and different things. And we say, why is this happening to me? Not knowing that previously we formed the thought and we added feeling to it, and feeling always brings about the creation that you created internally. As you know, who is the creative force? The creative force lives in you. It lives in every human being, and it permeates throughout the universe. Let's create as we go forward. And as you go forward, we're going to keep creating because you are a powerful creator. But when you understand this, that's when you will know how to grasp this ideology and really get your hands around it as you should. I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. Jeremiah 4:23. Jeremiah means Yahweh exalted, or Yahweh will rise. Yahweh is a Hebraic version of Jehovah. Jehovah and Yahweh is the name of God, and the name of God that will always be the name of God is I Am. So the name changes, but I Am is still that. So when we beheld the earth, to see and to have the earth, and now this is not talking about the earth as in the physical earth that we live in, but it's talking about what is inside us as we behold and we create the earth that we live in, and our outside reality reflects what we thought about, felt, and what we believe to be as true, because man is nothing more than beliefs expressed. And lo, it was without form. So when there's no form in the beginning, it is the form of the thought and the feelings and everything added in which you dwell on and which you contemplate constantly is what brings it form. And when it's void in the heavens and there's no light, a man is filled with darkness. And when there's no light, there is no illumination. And you must have the illumined mind and become an illumined person that understands the power of your thoughts and how to form them in a way that will give you what you want. And that is what happens, and that's what create the magic. And he put the form of an hand and took me by a lock of mine head, and the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of God, of Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. Ezekiel 8:3. Ezekiel means God's strength. And to have the strength of God is to know that you will not faint and you will not fall or crumble when any bad thing might come in your direction, or any setback or anything that you feel would push you back. And he put the form of an hand and took me by a lock of mine head. The hands is what get things done. So to form that, to get things done, the thought that is being formed here is something that will take you by a lock of your head. It will take your mind and will move you, and the Spirit will lift you up between the earth and the heaven, between an idea and the creation of the idea, and that will bring you to the visions of God of Jerusalem, which is Jerusalem is the holy city. But as we say, this is all about the kingdom that lives within. And the God of Jerusalem is the illumined individual with the thought and the mind to know that they create and they have the power. To the door of the inner gate that looketh towards the north. Again, north is up. Anything that is north is up. Up is the illumined individual, the illumined mind, and up to think of the thoughts that you hold and the power that they possess. Where the seat of image of jealousy. Where was the seat of the image of jealousy? Jealousy is an emotion where many will use in their thoughts when they form it. And if you're jealous of another, you will never advance, because jealous folks don't advance. A jealous person will hate the very thing someone else have when they want that very thing and they're condemning it. And you will always lose what you condemn, but gain what you bless. The image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. When you have the image of jealousy, it's only going to provoke more jealousy, and you will become exactly that, because what you think about is what you become. Remember, you must take jealousy away from you. Must not be associated with it or know any forms of it, because if you do, it will defeat you. It will be dangerous, and it is a deadly tool. But God be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered to you. Romans 6:17. When you give thanks before you even have it, or have the manifestation of the creation, you will have it because you are grateful. If you walk around with an attitude of gratitude, you will gain what you're seeking, because inside you, you know that you're giving thanks to the Almighty Creator, and that is the ideas and the thoughts that you have inside. You believe in it, and your belief brings it to life. Before that, you were the servants of sin, as sin means missing the mark. It means when you are missing your mark and you keep on being accounted with failure. And we were the servants of sin. Well, many are, when they allow failure to rule them and they don't go over that failure and stick to their ideals. But ye have obeyed from the heart. Understand, the heart here means the subconscious mind, as it is a Chaldean word referring to the subconscious mind. And that is what gives us everything, good, bad, or whatever it may be, a success, a failure, but you must know how to deal with it correctly. Who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Philippians 2:6. Now we see that the form of God is man. So you will be robbing yourself if you believe that you're not equal to God, because you are in the form of God, and that is what you are. Many people, especially many people who claim to be religious and diehard, and they're doing this and that, they believe in an outside God. It tells you here that you have to not rob yourself. It is robbery when you don't see yourself as equal. You're stealing from yourself and stealing that inner God and stealing who you are and stealing the power that you have. As the Almighty and the infinite intelligence, the Great Spirit, whatever you choose to call it, it lives in every living thing. Furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Deuteronomy 9:13. Stiff-necked means stubborn or argumentative. How many people are stubborn and argumentative? They're stubborn to realize that their thoughts create, and they will blame everything else and blame everyone else for their problems and blame the outside world, blame this, that, blame politics, but they will never take control and lead themselves like how they're supposed to. This right here is a cause of failure for many individuals. This right here is what brings people down. You have to get rid of that stiff neck, and don't be argumentative or be someone that is stubborn, because being stubborn and people are stuck in their ways, it prevents them from going forward and reaching prosperity. Think about that, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave you with this little snippet, and I thank you so much for joining me, and I want you to absorb this teaching, and I want you to know who you are and know the power that you hold, because you're important, you're magnificent, and you're an incredible individual. We are all pieces, and we're all pieces to the puzzle. We are all notes on the grand symphony that God is playing, and we are all that because the Creator has it in us, placed it in us, and we supposed to give it back to the world and help our fellow human beings and help humanity and nature and everything. So, brothers and sisters, please come on over to mindworthyinfo.com, check out the articles and subscribe, and come on over to YouTube and subscribe to Mystical Thinking with Rasheeal Dixon. Wonderful teachings, and it's a great channel. And if you want a visual display of the teachings here, come on over. It's incredible. I thank you all. Until next time, may you all have a good one. Now let us go into the silence.